Hi, everybody. Leanne Holitza. I'm not exactly at the healing studio today. I'm actually at home, but our healer today is Wynter, and Wynter is at the healing studio. Hi, Wynter.
Hello.
So we have been doing kind of this series of introducing our healers so you can get to know us a little more, see our faces, see who we are. And so Wynter's one of our healers that we have at the healing studio. And I'm going to let Wynter, we're going to have a little conversation, Q&A about what Wynter does. If you are joining us live, you can ask questions if you have questions for Wynter. If you are not joining us live, you can also put questions in the comments section, and I will do my best to keep track of those and get you answers as needed if you watch this later. Okay. So, Wynter, you are one of our massage therapists at the healing studio. And I do want to say before I turn that over to Wynter that we in the healing studio, our philosophy really is that even though we have several energy healers and massage therapists and things like that, we believe that the healer that you need at any given time is the healer that you need. So sometimes even our clients kind of interchange with each other depending on what they feel like they need. They sometimes come to a different person in the studio. That's part of what's the benefit of our place as well. So you can kind of mix and match what you need at any given time. So Wynter, what do you do?
So, like you said, I'm a massage therapist and I am the owner of Syzygy Bodywork. So I do trauma-informed massage. I do specific injury treatment, deep tissue. I also do like your typical like Swedish massage. Yeah, and usually like what happens is like I mix and match those modalities in any given session.
So kind of just depending on what everybody's asking for and coming in with as far as their situation.
Yeah, yeah. So like sometimes on occasion I will have someone say, I just want Swedish, or I just want like to experience like specific injury, which like I wouldn't actually recommend only doing specific injury because it's just like a lot of point work.
Okay.
But you know, like sometimes someone will pick a modality and say like I want to stay like mostly or fully within this modality today.
Okay.
But if no one really says that, then I just kind of mix and match based on what's needed.
Makes sense.
Mhm.
One thing I do want to put out there, just because I think it's really important for you guys to know, especially if you've never been to the healing studio, Wynter and Wynter's pronouns, they, them.
Yes.
I'm a she, her. And we really try to do our best to create a gender safe space and friendly to the LGBT plus community. And that's one of the things that Wynter is kind of focused on, is creating a safe space for that community to come and get massages. Is there
Yes.
anything special about that you want to say?
Yeah, so like I think it's important to create space for people who often may not feel like there is space created for them in society. So me being a part of the queer community, it was just kind of like natural for me to want to serve the LGBT plus community. And yeah, so like I think part of that is just like being a queer practitioner, letting people know I'm here and available. And yeah, and I think also like just taking time with clients and um, doing like my trauma informed massage kind of helps inform my other I guess like other clients, like when I'm not specifically working with someone who's experienced a trauma, I still like use those skills, I guess.
Right. Okay. That's what I was thinking too.
Mhm.
And kind of FYI too, there's a little basket of pronoun pins if that's the way you want to express to everybody that or you can just inform us as you walk in the door, and we'd be happy to use your pronouns and respect whatever you would like to share with us in that way. Is there anything that you have really found as far as being a massage therapist that just kind of over the time that you really enjoy experiencing as far as success with people? Like what kinds of things do you like to see as far as change?
Oh yeah, like so I think helping someone get like more like range of motion, like I see that like a lot. Like some people like can't lift their heads up, their heads up over their arms, their arms up over their heads. Or when they first come to see me, or sometimes I'll have clients with like old injuries that are still impacting them. They're still in a lot of pain. So really seeing that progression and working with them and developing a treatment plan really like is really rewarding to see that like progress over time and seeing people kind of like get back to their lives and get back to doing things they enjoy. So yeah, so it's really rewarding work and really fun to see.
Awesome. So how did you decide that this is what you were going to do? Because I know this wasn't necessarily your first profession.
Yeah, no, it wasn't. So kind of, I guess it was always kind of obvious when I look back on it, though I didn't really think that at the time. So when I was about 19, I had a friend who was going to school for massage therapy, and she would come over and she'd practice on me and my roommate. And I was always like kind of picking her brain and she'd be like, oh, like, what's this? Why are you doing that? And I just found like everything really interesting. And I was like, wow, you have like a lot of knowledge. Like, I just thought massage therapists learned like, okay, like, here's the back routine. Everyone does the same thing. Here's the arm routine,
Mm,
you know?
mm,
And I didn't realize like how much education she was like, she had to have. And I thought that was surprising and interesting. And then I had a lot of body work myself over the years, just with massage, acupuncture, PT, chiropractics, some of it to treat injuries and some of it because I liked it. And I was still also picking my massage therapist brains, like, what are you doing? Why are you doing that? Um, so I was always interested in it, but then when it came time to change careers, I was just like really dissatisfied in my old career.
mm.
I was kind of thinking like, well, I don't want to go back to school for a really long time. You know, I was like, I think in my early 30s. So I didn't want to go back to school for another like 4 to 6 years to do something else, especially because it'd probably be part-time.
Yeah.
So I wanted something that was a little bit like faster to achieve and also something I was interested in, would find rewarding, would enjoy. And so I kind of made a list of potential career options. And the first thing on the list was massage therapy. And I thought, okay, I'm just going to start at the top of this list and work down it. Well, I looked for schools in the area that week, and I found a school called Healing Spirits up in Boulder. They're no longer there, unfortunately, but they were absorbed by another school. But great school. And I contacted them and I said, hey, I would like to come and visit your school and maybe get an application or just talk. And they said, oh, yeah, come by this weekend. And I stayed for like 6 hours, I think. And I ended up leaving with an application and got accepted into the program and just loved it. So,
Awesome.
mhm,
Well, and I know you've done some work with Mesa,
mhm,
and that is you were being kind of being of service to people who were struggling with mental health and things like that. And
mhm.
I know that that's also something you're still wanting to continue at the Healing Studio. Right?
Yes, yes. So this kind of goes back to the other question. I kind of touched on it before, but
Mhm.
so MESA stands for Moving to End Sexual Assault, and it's a program through Mental Health Partners up in Lafayette. So I have additional training through MESA to do trauma-informed massage. So all that really means is that I'm trained to recognize when someone may be experiencing like a lot of anxiety or may not be comfortable speaking up on the table or may need a break or, you know, something along those lines. So I'm kind of just have a little bit extra training to look at that body language, look at those signs, kind of check in, and just kind of guide the session from there. So maybe we stop and we do a meditation, or maybe like I leave the room and they take a break.
Uh-oh, you're frozen. I think we got a bug in the Healing Studio network. Okay, I'm gonna switch over to for a minute. We'll see if we can get them back on the online. Um, so I think where Wynter was talking headed was just also talking about the fact that, we're not just trying to help, you know, everybody relax. That where there's some benefit to physical touch that allows us to kind of offer that level of healing to people. The Healing Studio is what we work out of. And actually, let me put the banner up while we're waiting for Wynter to come back. This is our website. So you can find Wynter stuff at the website and everybody else and all what we're about. We sell metaphysical gifts and things like that too. But when you're coming to the studio to see Wynter, you would come in the front door. It kind of looks like a little house, and it's in an office park. It's looks like a house. Just come in that front door and come and sit in the waiting room, have a little seat, and there's water and tea and little snacks while you wait. And then Wynter will come and get you for your appointment. The first time you'll have some paperwork to fill out. And then the Wynter's office is just up the stairs. So there is stairs, just so everybody knows. And I think we have Wynter back. Let's see if we can do this. Little,
Hi.
little glitch. It's okay. Oh no. Oh no. I feel like that song.
Just
Hold
there
on.
we go again. So yeah, so I'm not really sure where I left off. But I'm happy
Well,
to
I
finish
kind of
answering the
just kind
question.
of rounded out what you were saying there, and then I explained what it might look
Mhm.
like to come into the healing studio, what it's like. So, I guess my other question for you, Wynter, is just, you know, once we get into the office with you, what can we expect? What does the appointment look like?
Okay, so a typical appointment, is that what you're asking? Like kind of typical
Yeah.
appointment with me.
Yeah, like,
Um,
for somebody the first time.
Sure. So after filling out paperwork, like your typical intake form stuff, I usually sit and do intake with my clients, which happens at the beginning of every session. Just with a new client, I may talk to you for a little while longer, and I'll ask things like, did you have any injuries that are still impacting you, or when was your last massage? How did that go? Was there anything you really didn't like about it? Especially if someone had like a previous trauma, not necessarily with massage, but just had a previous trauma or disclosing that. And that's why they're coming to see me. I like to know, like, hey, like, did something go well that you really liked, or was there something you didn't like about it? And we can kind of talk about that from there. And yeah, just also looking at expectations. Like, are you in pain right now? Are you trying to ease that pain today? Are you just looking to relax? Or are you just looking to, like, maybe you haven't had a massage before and you're looking to introduce yourself to that modality. So I'll kind of see like what the person's goals are, and we'll talk about it, and I'll tell them, hey, like, here's what I'm seeing today. Like, if they want to work on something with like shoulder pain, I might tell them, okay, let's focus on like your neck, shoulder, and back today, and maybe include the other areas of the body, but really focus on those areas, something like that. And then I will tell them to undress to their level of comfort. So some people undress, some people leave their underwear on, some people stay fully clothed. Any of those are fine. And then I come back in the room. Well, I leave the room and then I come back in the room. And then, yeah, we have our session. And I usually do, if I do 60 minutes, I do a 60-minute massage on the table, meaning that full time is time on the table. So any of that intake time, that's all extra. That doesn't cut into your massage time. And then afterwards, I leave the room and people get up off the table and we kind of close out and ask them how they're feeling. And yeah,
And then everybody
pretty
needs to drink
typical
a glass
session.
of water after they have a
Yes.
massage.
Mhm.
um,
Yeah, we'll
so,
do follow-up things. Sometimes I'll give people stretches to do, or
okay.
something like that, or advise contrast therapy with like ice and heat.
Okay. And how often do people typically need to come see you?
That's really, I really leave that kind of up to the person. So some people will ask for me to advise them, and I will in that case. But for the most part, like, some people feel good with weekly massage, and when they skip a week, they can really feel it. And it kind of depends on how people are using their body. Someone who's really active or doing the same repetitive motions day after day for work, or, I don't know, maybe they're a, weight lifter and or doing weight training. I don't know. And they might need more frequent massage. Some people feel good with like once every 2 weeks, some people once every 3 weeks, some people once every month, or whenever they're feeling like they need the work done. If we're really trying to work on something, like someone's having migraines or someone's having the same kind of pain come up, then we'll look at, okay, well, let's start with weekly, and then we'll kind of step you down from there. Or maybe we do every 2 weeks and kind of check in. So I will advise, like, if we're working on a goal together. But if not, it's really, I think everyone's different and the way people use their bodies are different. And I think, like, you're the authority on yourself. So,
Okay.
usually when you need the work. Mhm.
Okay. So last question for me, anyways, is you could work out of anywhere. Why do you choose the healing studio?
You're cutting out a little bit. I'm not sure what you said.
Okay, so my question was, you could work anywhere. Why do you like working at the healing
Oh,
studio? Oh no, it's a hard question because now you're frozen. Okay, now I gotta wait. You're frozen in a smile, at least. Oh goodness, the internet is be misbehaving for us. Okay, you're back.
okay. So yeah, so I kind
Jeez.
okay. All right, am I back?
Yes, but just your audio. Yeah, I don't know why the internet is being a little stinker for you for this, but okay, go ahead.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Oh no, the question cannot be answered.
And just had a great experience with you as a
Uh,
community. And I like that we can refer clients to each other. I just thought it was a really unique space and it was a beautiful space. And I thought it was like a perfect place to.
all right, you just kind of cut in and out. I don't on that, but I don't know if you're cutting in and out or if it's me.
And I think you're
But
frozen. So I hope you heard my answer.
I
But
sort
if
of
you're,
did. I sort of did, but we might
I
actually
don't know.
have to have another. Yeah, let's just see how it goes with getting that question answered. I mean, you were blippy for me, so I don't know if I'm blippy or you're blippy. I don't
Okay.
have any idea. Um,
Okay.
but either way, I heard good experience, cute little place,
Yes.
referral. Yeah, okay. All the good things, and really, you guys, it's kind of like a cozy little environment we try to create for you. So we hope you'll come visit Wynter sometime, and you can book at thehealingstudionow.com. All right, everybody. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for watching. We'll see you around.